of January, and welcome back to another weekly overview video. Starting on news, this week's news today we've got nothing. Tuesday we've got a little bit of USD. Wednesday we have USD again. Thursday we have a little bit of GBP early in the morning, and then followed up by USD again in the afternoon. And Friday is clear, so a very good week for news. Not a lot at all. Quite a bit of USD, but that won't affect our trading. Let's get into it. First of all, we are starting not on AED CAD, we are starting on EURUSD. That is the first one, and this is our most current setup, or one that we think will play out the most. So at the minute, if we go to daily time frame, this price has made a head and shoulders pattern, rejecting this weekly zone. I was looking for perhaps being a little bit greedy and was wanting price to push up a little bit more than it did. I was waiting for price to push up from here back up into this before then catching a really long trade all the way down to that weekly zone. Didn't get it because price didn't go the way I was wanting it to, and it just stayed there. So we didn't catch the MSB trade, but we're now trying to catch an MSBC trade. This trade here I didn't want to take. Was a little bit close in between, with sandwiched in between the daily and the 4 hour, so it could have gone either way. So we're waiting for the bigger push and pull back, which you can see we now have. We're now testing 50% fib and the daily 50 on the 4 hour time frame. So all I'm really looking for now is on the 1 hour time frame is a good rejection and like an engulfing candle or a evening star would work perfectly here, and then I'm straight in for a 1 to 5 down to that neckline slash weekly zone. I could get a little bit more out of that if I went to, or I could be a little bit more conservative and have like a 35 pip stop. So if I went 35 pips and then brought it down a little bit to a 5.1, always go for the 1 just to cover spread and the broker's fee, so I actually make 5%. So I could do that instead and be a little bit more safe, but that's what we're looking for. EURUSD, I'm just waiting right now for candlestick confirmation on a sell position. So it's quite nice for a Monday. AED CAD, this is our second best pair, and what's happening at the minute, I'll go on a daily again. We got this big channel, falling channel here that I was looking to try and trade here multiple times, didn't get it, and price just pushed up without us when it was not valid. So we didn't catch a MSB trade from inside here, or we didn't get a pullback after a breakout. So price pulled back, it pushed up, and we didn't get no pullback here at all. Sometimes it's nice to catch a trade once price has broken out the structure. We haven't got that, so what we're now waiting for here, as you can see, it's set up, is we're waiting for a bigger pullback into the 450. You can see price has already done 382 fib, but I would like to see price pull back and test the 4 hour 50 and 50%, and also this previous high here is what we're looking for. So we can mark that, come through somewhere like this, and that's what we're looking for, a pullback into. Where is perfect? Can I get it perfect? Yes, of course I can get it perfect now. And that's what we're waiting for. If I get the pullback, then I'll be looking for a 20 pip stop and a 100 pip take. So 1 to 5 again. Nice short in and out trade for an AED CAD. And that's what we're really after on there. This is probably going to be like a tomorrow or Wednesday trade. And where hopefully EURUSD should be in this morning. From that, we will go ADJPY, that is just keeps pushing. We pull back to the 4 hour 50, but with no confluences, no major zones. We're just in the middle of these two support and resistance zones, so there's no valid trade for me to take. Would have made profit, probably made about 4% by the looks of it from here up to that previous high, but we just had no confluences and nothing stacking behind it as barriers, so didn't take that. Ends of DCHF, I did place a trade on this. This is my first trade of the year, and we got taken out by this push up here, I believe, and yeah, that was didn't go the way we wanted to, so that's why trading is. You don't win every trade. Now what we're looking for is we're looking to see if price is going to push it out back above the daily and 4 hour, but that again is not strong enough. You can see it's already done that once, and then it's pulled back into it. We need to see a break and retest of the trend line and the neckline now. So if I come back to the daily itself, you can see, look at that trend line. Boom. So we're looking to see if price is now going to reverse after it's created this big double bottom here. And that's what I was trying to trade up. And then once we had the movement, I was trying to trade that down. So see how that gets on. EURUSD, that has got a little bit of a bigger time frame setup going on here. We've got head and shoulders playing out. Price looked like it was going to sink from here, but then pushed back above the daily and the 4 hour, and it's looking like price is going to come all the way up. So possibly could look, if we get a good setup, for a trade up to a decent point. Nothing at the minute, we just had a single pullback. If we get another pullback into that zone and a good rejection, we could then be looking to place a long trade up to previous highs, probably somewhere in this region here. So sometimes setups like this, you have to wait and see what happens. You've got other ones like EURUSD that are more an AD CAD that are going to be more probable setups, but sometimes you do have ones that just jump out of nowhere and you have to jump on them. From that, we will then look at cut the cryptos. We're going on here. We are looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin pushed back up a little bit after its previous low for 2025. Is it 2025? No, that was his previous low for 25 there. But I reckon it's going to come to meet that. As you can see, I've got it marked out already. And I believe price is going to come down to the 57 mark before pushing back up in 2026. So, yeah, possibly could be sticking a little bit of money on that. Probably could buy one for 58, something like that. And let that run up to the 100 mark. Maybe some nice 40 bags and cash out on that. XRP, that come up, but then it's coming back down again. Same as Bitcoin. Follows Bitcoin quite well. You can see the pattern there. Both pushes and then pullbacks. Same with Doge. Doge has done the same as well. So we can see I won't be buying any more Doge. Not yet. I might buy a little bit more, a couple of thousand more if it comes down back down to the 8p mark. But we're holding quite a lot at 15p, I believe. So over here somewhere we bought it. Where was it? There was some reason we bought it. It was no January, February, August here. This where we pull back into the daily 50. We entered after this double rejection, I believe, in here. Me and the boys did. So yeah, we're just low 15s is where we're at. So we're still holding that. That would just be held until we make profit. We're not really fussed about that. You can see 100% returns up there at 32. So yeah, that's where we are on that. So yeah, have a good trading week. We've got a nice week looking ahead. Couple of good setups. If you want to add setups in, add them in, and I will check over to see if anything is going to be probable.